Hi, and welcome. Today, I am here to interview Jessie, who runs the personal training business that offers one-on-one personal training to all of our employees that are part of the health plan. So we have collected a bunch of questions from employees, and we're going to go ahead and ask Jessie some of these questions. So welcome, Jessie.
Thank you. Thank you.
So give us a little bit of background. Who are you? What's your business?
Yes. So my name is Jesse, and I own New Roots Personal Training, or we've been calling it New Roots Fitness Company to get away from the personal training. We have a couple other things that are not just personal training that we're doing. So New Roots Fitness Company. We have New Roots started in 2008. Just as myself, I didn't want to be known as Jesse's personal training place, so we gave it name New Roots Personal Training, and then later on in 2013, I believe, we opened our first real gym instead of renting out of somebody else's space. So the idea of New Roots came about because I was working in a really big box gym that was really interested in weight loss challenges and maybe like some more cosmetic style fitness stuff, and I was really over it. I was really over the outward appearance of the gym world, and so the idea was New Roots, like starting from the beginning, starting at the bottom, creating a foundation, and then growing from there. Instead of it being like the next big thing, getting tanned and skinny, that's not what it was about, right? It was like starting over with your attitude towards fitness and nutrition. Okay, so that was in 2000. That was in 2008. In 2010, I moved to Flagstaff and was training out of somebody else's gym, still as New Roots Personal Training. And then in 2013, we opened our own space with the idea of this being a place for all walks of life, all people. It doesn't matter what experience you had with fitness, what what age, what gender, what fitness goals you had. How fit or unfit you were. This was supposed to be a safe place for people to come work out and make themselves better. Okay. So again, that was 2013. Nothing's really changed as far as our attitude. We've expanded into a bigger space. Now we have a space that we use for coaching, and then we have another space that we use just for open gym memberships. Again, the idea is that everybody is an athlete. Everybody deserves to be in the gym, right? That just because you're big and muscly doesn't mean that you get the right of way on any pieces of equipment. And I would say, one of the main reasons that I got into fitness was because I came from a family that was very unhealthy. Most of the people in my family have type 2 diabetes and struggle with their weight. I also struggled with weight when I was very young. And so that's something that has been always really important to me. But this is not, I wouldn't call us a weight loss gym. We are a gym for normal humans that are trying to make themselves better.
Thank you. Thank you so much for giving us a little background and some of the philosophy behind it. So let's dig in a little bit more, because employees often tell me, like, I'm really nervous to go to a gym. It's intimidating. I don't know how to use the stuff. How is this one-on-one session going to help me? I'm just nervous even to wear tight-fitting clothes. What would you say to them?
Yeah, so first off, going to a new space, doesn't matter if that's going to a new gym or a new job, new school, new church, whatever that is, it's always intimidating because of the unknown, right? I do understand that gyms can be even more intimidating because you don't know what's going on in there, right? Oftentimes people say, is this really the place for me? It seems like those people are so much more fit than me. They look so much younger than me. I had this happen one time, and I said, you don't realize this, but that person is the exact same age as you. Okay, there's not a place for young people or fit people, but a lot of people do come in with that idea. So we put a lot of effort into making sure that people do feel as comfortable as they can. Right, it's a two-sided thing, but we want people to feel comfortable here. That's really that's super important to us. Okay. But like I said, it's gyms can be intimidating. Even for me, I go sometimes when I'm traveling, I'll go visit another gym. I don't know where the equipment is. I don't want to, sometimes there's no music going on. So it's like really eerie and quiet. It feels like people are watching you. But the truth is, what I found out after I've been working in the fitness industry since 2002. So one thing I have realized is people are often feel like people are watching them or going to judge them. But the truth is, people are worried about themselves. They're worried about what they're doing. Okay. But yeah, so as far as people coming into our gym, it's number one priority for us to make sure people are feeling comfortable and welcome. And this is where a good time for me to say that whenever we do train people, we're training the you, right? We're training you right now in the body that you're in, not the body you were in 15 years ago, or not the one that you want to be in, right? We have to work with you currently. And that's another segue into, we're not trying to fit people into our program as much as we're trying to take people and create a program for them, their specific needs. And that's where we're building, again, that foundation. We sometimes joke about telling people that we're probably going to underwhelm them the very first time. So in that being said, is like, we don't want anybody to overdo anything, right? You get too sore, you're going to get discouraged, you're going to get potentially injured. And that's what happens a lot of times when people are doing this on their own, when they're not working with a coach, is they're motivated, they get into the gym, they get going, and by day 3, they're too sore to get out of bed, and they're like, their body's fatigued and their central nervous system is fatigued, and then their brain gets fatigued, and then it's really easy to get off track.
I love that you mentioned that, and that is so true. And I personally came to you guys back in 2013, I think, after I'd had a long stint of chronic pain, and I was really nervous to use my body. And I had attempted a few other things, and it didn't go well. And I can successfully say that was what finally got me moving again, because I was able to slowly move enough that I was able to move again without hurting myself. So true. Thanks for bringing that up. So I would love to know what you think makes you and your company different than maybe other personal training experiences people may have had out there.
Yeah. So I would like to say that we take our coaching very serious, right? We pride ourselves on the way we present things, on our ability to scale things. And when I say the word scale, I mean make it either more challenging for somebody or less challenging for somebody, depending on where they're at. And so as far as the coaching thing, that's something that is really, that in our meetings and as a team of people that we hold dear to us. Okay. That doesn't mean that people will not get hurt. That's not what we're saying. Like, if you're going to be using your body, whether it be snow shoveling, raking leaves, running a 5K, or hiking, when you use your body, there's the possibility of getting injured, right? But it's really important to us that we're able to find out what somebody's current state is of fitness, and then move off of that, building slowly so that their body will adapt. And fitness is a very simple thing. And if I had a whiteboard out, I'd probably draw this because I do it all the time. Fitness is 3 parts. It's stress, recover, adapt. And it goes in this circle, constantly going. So the stress or stimulus is the exercise, right? So maybe it's a squat. Okay. So we do a squat, and then we recover from the squat, and then we adapt and we get stronger from it. Okay. So, and that stress could be anything. That could be walking a mile, right? And so if we walk a mile, then our body recovers over a couple of days, and then it gets better at walking the mile. So each time, maybe the mile will be a little bit easier. Well, then we have to increase the stimulus to make us grow, right? So if the stress is too much or the stimulus is too much, it's going to take too long, or it's going to make it challenging to recover, and then we won't adapt. Okay. I feel like I got off track with the question. What? Oh, I lost you.
No, it's just what makes you different. So,
yeah, what makes us different. So coaching, very, very important, as well as, so something that's also incredibly important to us is community. Okay. Back whenever I was a very young man, I had this dream of opening a coffee shop. And the idea was because I love bringing people together. I love community. I love creating community, which I do not have a coffee shop. I have a gym. But the same thing applies, right? This is like a family, right? And we're bringing people in, and we're trying to meet people where they're at and let them know that they're good where they're at. We're all headed the same direction. We want to get better, right? We want to get healthier. We want to get fitter. And some people are maybe jumped on that train a little bit sooner, which is fine. And some of those people are just jumping on the train for the very, very first time. And we are celebrating everybody in that moment on that journey. Okay. So those two things, community and our coaching, are very important, as well as just the professional experience. We try to keep a very clean and safe gym. That's something that's incredibly important to us, and giving a good positive experience each time.
Great, thank you. I think the last question we typically get from employees is, what can they expect in a session with you? Are they all in person? Are they online? Is it one-on-one? Is it small group? What can they expect?
Yeah, so what to expect would be once either you, after reaching out to us to set up an appointment, or going through the wellness portal, setting up an appointment, that we would reach out. In the waiver, there's an option to pick in person or online, and we're fine with both, right? And let me say just real quick, using you can use these sessions for anything. So I've had people use this for a workout, right? Like a traditional workout, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. But I've had also people want to do this through Zoom and say, hey, I've been cooped up in my apartment with these 2 pieces of equipment or 0 equipment. I can't go back to my gym yet. What do I do here? And so we've used that to kind of create these at-home workout routines that aren't just push-ups and jumping jacks, right? That there's something that that would make sense for their body. Okay. That's one reason to use Zoom. But that's not the only reason, right? But as far as for the in-person stuff, again, this could be a time where we put you through a normal workout that we would work with anybody that just reached out to us through our website, and start on this journey with the idea that you would continue on working out, whether with us or by yourself. Or we use it as a time to just a Q&A. I met with somebody that was just like, these are the workouts I've been doing. Is this right? How can I change them if they're not right? And it was more of a meeting, right? It wasn't, we went over some form and stuff like that, but it wasn't as much of a workout as it was like a consultation or a meeting. Okay. But yeah, so as far as what's going to happen with that first workout, if we're just going to do a traditional one-on-one personal training session, is we're going to try to start creating that base, a full body strength workout with a small amount of conditioning. And everybody's going to be different with that, right? Some people are going to be like, oh yeah, I've done this my whole life, I'm very familiar with that. And some people are going to be, I've never done that, and actually I've had a knee replacement, and so it's really hard for me to do that particular exercise. We replace it with another exercise that gets the same stimulus, and we move on. Does that answer your question, Katie?
Yeah, it does. Thank you. So that is a really good summary of what employees can get by signing up. And also, I think it's good to mention that there is a max of 6 free one-on-one personal training sessions with Jesse and his trainers. The intention there is 6 sessions should be enough to get you a program of some sort to do on your own. And then, of course, if you want further assistance, you can always sign up to continue to receive those sessions with Jesse or one of his trainers.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you wanted to share with any of our employees?
Yeah, just one last thing is don't be afraid to ask questions about this, okay? Please feel free to email us, or email Katie and she'll forward it to me, or just email me at newrootspt@gmail.com. Because I didn't talk about it here, which I feel like I talked about a ton because I caught myself rambling, doesn't mean that it's not something that we do. Okay, please feel free to ask things like, hey, do you do this? Hey, do you do that? Okay. And it's easy for me to say, yes, we do this, come on in, or no, I think this person does it, or I'll try to help you find that place that would work well for that.
Fantastic. In order to sign up with Jesse, you would want to go to the website and just click on the personal training button, and it'll allow you to sign up online right there for a session. Or if you have some questions, can you restate that email one more time?
Yes, that is New Roots PT, as in personal training, at gmail.com. You can also find that through our website at newrootspersonaltraining.com.
Great. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you for joining us today. And we look forward to sending lots of employees over to you.
You're welcome. See you guys soon.
All right. Bye-bye.